How's it going, paisanos? Just Julio here, and let me ask you, how much were you willing to spend on Tears of the Kingdom? Because I'm gonna give you all a little bit of behind the curtain information that I was holding onto this until this very moment. Not really planned, but really more of like a realization when I actually, wrote down the script for this video and started thinking about it, and I realized, oh my god, how much did I actually spend on Tears of the Kingdom? So, bit of a clarity before moving forward. I was one of the few people that actually bought Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Wii U. I know, I'm sorry. You can flame me down in the comment section for how an idiotic move that was, but I bought Zelda Wii U on the Wii U. And then I repurchased it on the Switch, of course, but the point being, I bought it on the Wii U, $60 MSRP, and I enjoyed it. I clearly knew what the limitations were on the Wii U. When I played on the Switch is when I opened my eyes. I was like, oh wow, the Switch one was the far superior version, clearly. But I bought the Wii U version, just the game itself. I knew that moving forward, I wanted to have the collector's edition, but because I missed out on the Switch version, I didn't get the Switch collector's edition. I don't even think there was a Wii U collector's edition. So in my mind, I knew I would have spent the money for the collector's edition. I didn't go for the collector's edition on the Switch, which was my biggest regret at this time. So then when Tears of the Kingdom was released with their collector's edition, I knew I would have spent it if I had the chance. Unfortunately for me, that $120 price tag was a little too much, especially for what it had to offer. It seemed like it got less compared to the Breath of the Wild one, but I was just not impressed. I didn't know where I was gonna put it. I honestly didn't think it was worth that much money to spend on Tears of the Kingdom, because I was already gonna spend like on amiibos, and I was already looking at the OLED, and then I was like, you know what, I need to budget this out. I do not have this money. I'm just gonna spend whatever money I have just for the game. And that's when I realized I'm gonna save some money whatever way I can, and I got the Nintendo voucher. That's right, I'm one of those suckers that bought the Nintendo voucher, the part of the Nintendo NSO program where you get these special vouchers, so you can be one of the exclusive few who can buy two first-party Nintendo games for $10 less. So regular game is $60, right? Not including tax. Digital copy, you get two first-party games, whichever games you want that's in their list, and you're able to get two games for $100. So I spent $100 for this voucher, and I realized that Tears of the Kingdom was one of them, and I said, this is it. I'm going to spend $100. I'll get the $70 game, and I'll throw in another game for an additional $30. I'm really saving like $20 or something like that. Little did I know, I had a lot of those games already, and a lot of those games that I would eventually, download in the future, I probably won't be playing anytime soon, or even anytime this year, because Tears of the Kingdom is really going to take up a lot of my time. But I spent essentially $100 for Tears of the Kingdom. That was basically my purchasing power for Tears of the Kingdom, and most people were already complaining at that $70 price tag. So if you ever see people online complaining that $70 is too much, know that I'm one of those suckers that would have easily spent $100 for the game alone. When people say I would spend $100 for Tears of the Kingdom, I want them to redirect to this video, to this dumb face, and tell them, that's the guy that spent $100. You say you did, this guy legit would and has, because I bought the voucher, and I don't plan on redeeming the second game anytime soon. So I've essentially spent $100 for Tears of the Kingdom. But for you, do you think the $70 price tag was really worth it? Do you feel like it was essentially worth spending that extra $10, the regular MSRP, which seems to start to become a norm for big budget released games, AAA games that are looking to be a continuous thing. Do you believe this is going to be a thing that you're going to consider moving forward? Because Tears of the Kingdom, no questions asked. As a matter of fact, Nintendo, if you do this for any future first-party games, I know you're watching this, Nintendo, because I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to spend that $70, no questions asked. If you give me Mario Odyssey 2, easy $70. I might even spend that collector's edition. Even if it's like tinfoil hat, I probably would spend an additional $30. Give you a $100 bill right then and there, Nintendo. I know a lot of people would easily spend money on Metroid 4, whatever it is, if you release it this generation. $70, easy. Pikmin, that's a different discussion. Miyamoto-san, if you want to discuss marketing strategies, you got my phone number, hit me up. But for almost any and all first-party Nintendo games, easy $70. That being said, do you really think it is going to be worth continuing this trend? Because it is a hefty price tag, and it is one that I cannot imagine too many people following along. Because let's be honest, $70, it's a lot of money. $60 is a lot of money, but that additional 10 really tips the scales. Because let's say in a few, like Nintendo games don't go on sale. That's really the biggest issue. When video games don't go on sale, you realize how much money you're actually spending, and that's how much money you actually realize, oh my god, I have to limit this. So let's say you buy, you buy a game every quarter, a new game every quarter. Every 3 months, you buy the brand new release. So you buy one in, the big game in March. You buy the big game in, say April. Then the summer game in August. And then you buy the big winter game in November. Let's say you buy like 4 games during that time span. Those 4 games, if they were the $70 price tag, you're looking at $280 USD. That's $280 that you are just paying for the game alone. You add tax on top of that, that's over 300 bills. That's 3 bills for whatever entertainment you're gonna have from these games. Whether it's an hour or 2, you're spending 3 bills, which is a lot of money. And this is gonna only continue if you get more games. But just the big major games, 4 games, $70 price tag, $280. That's a lot to ask. Now, if you say you wait for a few months, you get discounted rates, and from that $70, they go down to $60. It's now a sale. You're basically now purchasing that game now at its MSRP of 2020, pre-2020 now, and you're looking at like not saving money. You're just looking at like just getting a deal when you really were gonna spend that money anyway. So again, is that $70 price tag really worth it? So for Tears of the Kingdom, absolutely, because this was like a year that was in development for like 6 years, and it's a fantastic game, and you're gonna easily spend like at least over 100 hours on it easily. So when you're looking at a game that is $70, you're gonna be asking these questions, right, moving forward. But when does it stop? When does it stop at 70? Maybe the next Tears of the Kingdom game is gonna be $80. Is that gonna be, where you're gonna stop? Because I'll tell you right now, not for me. I spent $100, and that was just for the base game. And the collector's edition, if they were to give me that statue that I really wanted, the one that Japan was giving away for free, part of their like lottery system, that lottery gacha system, I would have spent 100, maybe even 2 bills, easy. So Nintendo, if you're listening, which I know you are, you keep raising that price tag. I'll find the money somewhere. I will make sure I make this Nintendo YouTube channel as profitable as I can, so I can give you that additional $20 price markup tag, because I spent $100 and I will spend $100 more on your next iteration. So would you spend an additional $70 for your next Nintendo first party IP, let me know in the comment section below. This was probably a horrible decision, because now I realize how much of a sucker I am going to be moving forward when purchasing Nintendo games. But now you know. If you are working for Nintendo, you know I'm one of those suckers that will spend that much money and think I'm saving money. So I guess call me the mark in this situation, because I am marked red for you to give me. I'll give you that money. I'll be bleeding red out of all of this. Bleeding green for you, as if you're a company. So this was Just Jude Lyle. Thank you for listening, and I'll check you paisanos later.